Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I am Nurul Nazahah Syamimi binti Muhammad Saleh. There are similarities between CIMBI and Islamic Hong Leong Bank in hire purchase agreements. Both use ITAP contract or Al-Ijarah Tuma Al-Bay. Through this contract, the customer will rent the goods from the bank at the agreed rental rate within the stipulated period. This contract will start with Ijarah or rent and end with sale or buy, where the customer will identify the vehicle they want to own and the bank will buy the vehicle and rent it to the customer. The customer will pay to the bank in installments until it is settled and the vehicle will belong to the customer. In this case, the bank becomes the owner of the vehicles and the customer will own the vehicle when the installment payment is settled. Hirer, CIMB and Hong Leong Islamic offer financing to individuals and non-individuals. For non-individuals, it refers to sole proprietorships, partnership, as well as companies registered with SSM. For individual eligibility, those aged 18 to 65 are eligible to apply for hire purchase from CIMB, while Hong Leong is between the age of 21 to 70 years old. Guarantor. Guarantor is required for CIMB financings, while not for the Hong Leong Bank. The CIMB profit rate is met at a fixed and variable rates depending on the bank assessment, while Hong Leong adopt a fixed rate throughout the financing period. For risk, the risk that Hong Leong consumer will face is it is not influenced by the market. The fall or rise of the market will not change the predetermined installment rate. Similar to CIMB, fixed and variable rates both have their own risks. In this case, the user will determine which one is more risky depends on their respective assessment. In the compensation charge, both banks use start-with, where a rate of 1% per annum will be charged on the outstanding amount.
My name is Nadira Maisara binti Nazrumawi with metric number 2890 and I will continue with this presentation. We have identified two Islamic finance issues related to the stated PDS, which are lack of options and responsibility for insurance costs. The first issue is lack of options. In this case, Hong Leong Islamic Bank does not have the option of both fixed and variable installments. The bank only provides fixed loan installments, while CIMB Islamic Bank offers both fixed and variable loan installments. While a fixed interest rate can help protect you against potential interest rate increases, it can also mean that if variable interest rates fall during the fixed period, you're stuck with the fixed rate. In short, even when the market price is low, the customer is still paying a high fixed rate. Furthermore, fixed rates are typically higher than variable rates. In a fixed rate loan, you are not able to redraw funds during the fixed period. If you pay off or refinance your loan before the end of the fixed term, you may be required to pay break costs, which could involve even more sums of money. The solution of this issue is that Hong Leong Islamic Bank should update and improve their guidelines to the one that offers both fixed and variable loan installment options. In addition to having the option of choosing between fixed and variable loan, they can also opt for a split rate loan. A split rate loan enables borrowers to divide the loan amount into fixed and variable interest rate components. Regardless of current economic conditions, your loan will have missed out on many of the benefits of each type of loan while still reducing rate risk. Therefore, customers should have the flexibility of choice. As a result, more customers will be drawn to the bank's products.
Assalamualaikum and hi. My name is Nurul Aihazwani binti Adam, metric number 280088. Next, I will proceed to the next issue, which is responsibility for insurance or takaful costs. Based on the theory of ITAP, the cost of insurance or takaful are borne by the bank because the bank claims ownership of the asset. However, in the current practice, the cost of insurance or takaful are borne by the customer because the leasing asset is being used by the customer. Consequently, this method contradicts the real meaning of ijarah in terms of the customer responsible bearing the cost of insurance or takaful. Additionally, the facility of ITAP is still under the Hire Purchase Act, which is imposes the different requirement on the Sharia principle. Thus, To address this issue, Islamic banking should suggest new rules for the Islamic Hire Purchase Act. This is because ITAB financing cannot apply the rules of Sharia to the true concept of ijarah, since it is subject to strict compliance with the Hire Purchase Act. As a result, Islamic banks should develop and implement the Islamic Hire Purchase Act as soon as possible to solve existing issue. That's all for my part. Thank you.
Hi, I am Amira Hazwani, 280164. I'm going to explain on discussion and conclusion. So for discussion, from the research that our group had done, we found out that both banks offers the same percent of compensation charges, which is 1% PA of the outstanding balance. We also realized that in terms of restanding, Hong Leong Islamic Bank provide better restanding for their depositors. Although the profit rate of both banks is fixed, but Hong Leong Bank ensure that they are not affected by the fluctuations of market prices. We discover some issues in the PDS of both banks, such as lack of options and responsibility for insurance costs. Most conventional banks offer their financing to the customer, but with a restriction that does not allow them to make choices. On the other side, Hong Leong Islamic Bank and CIMB Islamic Bank are ready to bear the cost of takaful or insurance to customers. Finally, we discuss on the solutions for each issues so the bank can improve their services in the future. So for conclusion, clearly stated in the research that both Hong Leong Islamic Bank and CIMB Islamic Bank has done their part in practicing Islamic finance through their vehicle financing. We can also conclude that they are still lacking in some of the financing situation. Therefore, customers should always be aware of your right when making deposit to any banks. Customers should as well learn their rights in financing before they decided to make one. To conclude, not all Islamic banks practice the same financial system. Some of them wanted to take advantage on their customers. So, customers should always make comparison with few banks so that you can choose the best deal that benefits you for your financing.